we've got the question, is intentional sin forgiven? Another way to ask it would be why do we still sin after we're saved? Or will God continue to forgive you if you continue to sin after salvation? So what I would do if this was me is I would Google those questions, right? You just throw it into a search engine. If you're weird, you're going to use Bing. If you're old, you're going to use Yahoo Answers or Ask Jeeves. But most people nowadays, we're going to use Google. So you're going to Google the question. And then in most cases, you're going to find this website, which is gotquestions.org. Any Christian who's ever asked a question ever to the interwebs, I guarantee you have gone here and you have acquired the answer and then gone back to social media and been like, no, fool, this is the answer. So says the internet. So let's do this first. Anytime you go to a source to find an answer, the first thing you do is go to the main page of the website. So leave the page that you found from the search result. Go to the main page of the website, which is this one. This is the main page for gotquestions.org, the most famous answering service for any Christian or any Christian question that has ever been asked. Then you're going to go to About Us. Then you're going to find wherever their statement of faith is. And this is going to ring true, whether you're trying to figure out what is their theological bend, what do they believe, Shannon and Jeremiah are on the TV. Way to go. I bet it looks awful on the TV. You got to let me know how that looks. But it's a way you're going to find, is this a good website for me to get an answer from? Are they validated? Am I going to agree with them? Because here's the thing, like a lot of us, I feel like from conversations, are more of like open theists. You have more of an open view of theology. You're not so much Calvinist. You're not so much Arminian. You kind of have this more open view. So if you're going to try to find answers within your theological perspective, you don't want to go to Calvinist websites for answers. You don't want to go to Arminianist websites for answers. And if you're somebody who doesn't feel comfortable in a standard modern church, then you're not going to want to go to a standard modern church website to attain an answer. So when you ask the question, you find the website, you read the answer, and you're like, oh, that sounds pretty good. Okay, cool. But now go to their homepage, go to their About Us, and then go to their statement of faith. And this is true if you're searching for a church also. What does this church believe? What does Calvary Chapel believe? What does Celebration Church believe? What does any church believe? Go to their website, go to the About Us, and find their statement of faith. We're not going to read through all of it, but this is what you're going to do. Because honestly, it's kind of boring. All they do is throw out a bunch of verses that are always out of context. But yes, they apply a lot of the time, but sometimes they absolutely don't. And it comes across very silly. But you're going to go to the statement of faith and you're going to read. They have this section right here on the Bible. So this is what they believe about the Bible. This is their section on God. That's what they believe about God. This is what they believe about Jesus Christ. This is what they believe about the Holy Spirit. Here's what they believe about angels and demons. That would be a really important one to read if you've been researching any of these type of topics or situations that we've been talking about for like the past month, especially like Enoch related, right? You're gonna want to know, okay, what is the website that I'm acquiring an answer from? What do they believe about angels and demons? Look how short that is. You can tell right away, 100%, they're functioning only and solely off of the canon. So for me personally, I would never use them for answers about angels or demons because I can already see they don't align with what I believe, because that would never answer what an organization believes about angels and demons if it was going to satisfy my needs. There's just no world. So personally, that would never fit me. What do they believe about humanity? That's very short. To me, that's alarming. Salvation, the church. So as a church body, this would be really interesting. If you have questions about the church, about what is ecclesia, go. Yes, that's the one I forgot. What do they believe about the early church? What do they believe the church today should be? Because if I'm going to ask them a question about church, I would want to read that. And if I don't agree with what they believe about what the church is, then I don't want to hear their answer. And if I then take their answer and absorb it, then I'm absorbing and now I'm taking in a belief that it is built on a foundation of something that I do not believe. And that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And then section 9 is things to come. So things they believe are going to happen in the future, things that are, prophetic in nature. So now with all of that in mind, if you ever use gotquestions.org, which I guarantee you have, if you've ever Googled the question, I would read through all of this and make sure you align with it. Jalen, I'm going to give a quick rundown again, so pay attention for a second, and then we're going to move on. So what I'm saying is that if you're going to research a question about Christianity, or if you're going to research a church, like, do I want to listen to this church? Do I want to waste my time listening to sermons online or whatever it is from a church? You go to their website. This is gotquestions.org, or go to any church's website, go to their About Us page, and then go to their statement of faith. If you don't fully agree with every section of these sources' statement of faith, then there is no reason you should ever accept the answers that they give you. It's really that simple. Some of it I obviously agree with 100%. Some of it I don't. Like I said, angels and demons is one section here. I would never take an answer from them because they don't believe what I believe. So I'd be functioning off of their belief, not my own. And then I would build beliefs in myself that are built on a foundation of something I don't agree with, which doesn't make sense. And that is how Christianity has been built. Our beliefs have been built off of things that we don't actually believe or understand. It seems like it makes sense. It sounds good. It seems like the Christian answer. Therefore, I'm going to take it and I'm going to believe it. No, that's not what we're going to do. So, same website. You Google, why do we still sin after salvation? We're literally just going to read through this and we're going to criticize it because this is what all of us need to know how to do.